Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4's University speed build. So this is going to be a renovation, actually more than a complete speed build, since this is for my Rebuild Britechester project. So that's for my save file, in case you guys didn't know, where I'm rebuilding all of the worlds in The Sims 4 and I'm going to be putting them all into a complete save file. So this is for that project, and this is actually going to be a renovation of Drake Hall, as you guys could probably tell from the title and the thumbnail and everything like that. But I thought about just completely rebuilding the two dorms in Britechester. So this is in the University of Britechester, and I thought about rebuilding the dorms completely, kind of like I'm doing with the ones in Foxbury. If you guys missed it sometime earlier this week, I believe it was on I think Friday, I uploaded a dorm build where I built the Atlantic Tower. So that's one of the towers in Foxbury. I renamed it, obviously, and I built a completely new dorm building for that. I thought about doing the same thing for Britechester and completely rebuilding the dorms and everything, but I actually quite like the shape of the dorms in Britechester, and I kind of like the layout and everything like that as well. They didn't need too much work or anything like that. They're very functional. So I just decided to kind of renovate them and kind of spruce them up a little bit. I changed the shape the tiniest bit, and I did change the roof, as you guys could already tell. Once I'm done with this video, once I'm done with the build, the roof actually won't be black anymore, it'll be green, but I'll show you guys that once, at the end of the video. But basically, I just wanted to renovate these dorms. I thought about making them 2 stories, but it's just too big. I don't really think you need to have it be that big, since they can't have a fully functional kitchen or anything like that. And I thought about adding a separate cafeteria room in the dorm themselves, kind of like I did with the one in Foxbury. But I don't know, it just didn't fit. It just didn't fit the idea that I had in my head for this dorm, and it also didn't fit the space. If I wanted to do that, I would have completely had to change the layout and maybe even add a second story, which is just something that I didn't want to do. I like the fact that this dorm is 1 story. You can easily see everything and all of that stuff. So yeah, I didn't even change the layout all that much. I believe I changed some of the room shapes a little bit, or at least the rooms at the front of the build, I changed their shape a tiny bit to add 2 little laundry rooms. And then yeah, I don't think I changed anything else. Yeah, I think that's basically the only structural changes that I made. I swapped out a few of the windows and the doors that go onto the little front and back patio areas, but that's basically everything. And the inside I completely renovated. I replaced all of the flooring, all of the wallpapers, all of that kind of stuff. I replaced them all with stuff that I thought would fit the dorm better. But yeah, so at the end of the day, this still has 5 bedrooms. It has 5 double bedrooms, so no single bedrooms in this dorm, but there's also no triple bedrooms. So it's not too I guess crowded. Your Sims won't be too crowded. They'll just have 1 roommate. And then I also have a little TV room, a little bit more of a not formal, but the furniture in there is a little bit more formal, I guess. We have a room with a big TV and actually a fireplace and everything. And then right here at the back, in that little I guess almost hallway type room, that little rectangular one that goes out onto the balcony, I end up adding a ping pong table and just some couches, and then there's a bunch of seating and everything around the build as well. I end up adding 4 computers, communal computers, I guess, to the hallway areas in front of the rooms, so your Sims can use the computer if they don't have their own laptop or something like that. They can use the computer there. And then I do add a little public kitchenette area right here by the elevators. We're working on it right now, where I just add a normal big fridge, a microwave, a sink, and then I believe I add a tea machine and 2 coffee makers, or not 2 coffee makers, but those espresso makers from Get Together. I end up adding those as well. So there's a little coffee station and a little tiny kitchenette for the Sims that don't have their own mini fridges and microwaves in their rooms. But yeah, that's basically the common area. I also add, 2 big dining tables and just a bunch of seating, random seating for your Sims to sit down, read a book, stuff like that. I add a few bookcases and everything. And then I will have 4 Sims actually living here when I'm done with my save file. There will be 4 Sims living here. So you guys will see that there's, like I said, 5 separate bedrooms, but 2 of those bedrooms I actually personalize a little bit more. I decorate them fully and kind of make them, look like there are already Sims living there, and cater them and decorate them according to the personalities of the Sims that I'll be having living here. So you guys will see that. And then there's 3 other bedrooms that are more basic. They don't really have too many decorations or anything like that. I didn't really clutter it or anything. I put a few posters on the wall, but just like Britechester, like Pride posters. And then they all have their beds, their dressers, and their desks. So yeah, that's basically the like random or like empty, I guess, dorm rooms that I thought would be populated with random EA townies, or that you could have your Sims move into if you want to have your Sims living here. Keep in mind though, obviously this build, when it's up on the gallery, it is already up on the gallery if you guys want to download it. I will leave a direct download link to the online gallery website in the description if that's easier for you guys. But if you want to search it in game, you can just search for hashtag Rebuild Britechester, hashtag ChrissieYT, hashtag ChrissieYT, or you can just search for my gallery ID, which is ChrissieYT, and all of those kinds of things on how you can find my builds and my Sims and stuff like that is always listed in the description, written out in the description if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, so obviously the one on the gallery doesn't have any Sims living there, so if you want to, download it, place it in your game, have your Sims living here, it'll be super easy. But once it is in my save file, however, and whenever I actually finish my save file, I will have, like I said, have 4 Sims living here. So if you want to have your Sims move into this dorm, your Sims will be combined with my Sims. So their households will be combined. But a way to get around that, if you don't want to play with the Sims that I will have living here, you can just move them out before you move your Sim in. So that's something that you guys should probably just keep in mind. They do combine households if you want to have your Sims live in a dorm with, that already has a household in it. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And then yeah, we've moved on to furnishing the place, and I've already done the little like kitchen area, the little dining room areas, and the like, I guess living room, I guess you could call it. I end up adding some laundry rooms as well off camera. I didn't record me doing that. I almost forgot about them, but then I just create these 2x2 rooms at the front of the dorm that will have 2 laundry machines and 2 dryers in each of them, so your Sims can do their laundry. I do add a few laundry baskets as well in the like bathroom area by the showers, so yeah, your Sims can do laundry if they really want to. But yeah, I did cut out a few things. Like I said, I cut out me picking wallpapers, flooring, random boring things like that, or places where I was just spending forever trying to pick something. That happened quite a lot, where I just couldn't decide on what I wanted to use. But yeah, so I did try and limit my pack usage for this as well. Now normally when I do builds for my save file, I don't try and limit the amount of packs that I use. Since it is for my save file and I do have all of the packs, I don't want to limit myself in that sense with them. Otherwise I tend to end up building the exact same thing over and over again. But for this one, I did try and keep in mind how many packs I was using. I mostly used things from Discover University and from Parenthood. I used quite a few things from Parenthood, especially when it came to decorating the dorm rooms that I will have for my Sims. I used a lot of Parenthood for that. I did use a few other packs. I used Dine Out. So for expansion packs, I guess, I used Get Famous, Seasons, Cats and Dogs, and Get Together. And then for game packs, I used Realm of Magic, Dine Out. And then for stuff packs, I used Laundry Day, Toddler Stuff, Kids Room Stuff, and the free holiday like stuff pack that we have. So that might sound like a lot of things, But I promise you guys, if you go onto the gallery and you look at all of the packs that I've used for a build, and if you click on the pack icons, you'll actually have an option to see what has been used in this specific build. So for example, like Realm of Magic, I used, I think, 3 things from Realm of Magic. I used the bookcases that are in the public area, like the hallway area. I used the wallpaper from Realm of Magic for the like main dorm building. And I used something else from Realm of Magic. I believe it was a decorative item or something. So those literally are the only 3 things that I used from Realm of Magic. So if you don't have Realm of Magic, you'll just be missing those 3 things, and they're things that are easily replaceable. Same for example, like toddler stuff. Literally the only thing that I use from toddler stuff are those like throw pillows seats that your Sims can sit on. I use them in, I think, this room, and then on the couches by the little ping pong table. I used them there, and that's it. So there are quite a few things that I could have probably taken out if I really wanted to. I did off camera go through and do that. For example, at the front of the dorm where I used those like low-lying grass bits from Island Living, I ended up replacing them with base game ones. And I think, yeah, the flooring in the like dorm rooms themselves is actually from, I think, Dine Out, the carpet. I end up replacing that for a like base game carpet. But there's one plant from Dine Out that I always use in my builds, and I believe I used it like 2 or 3 times in this build. So I didn't really want to take that plant out, since I just didn't like the look of any of the other in-game plants, of the base game plants. Yeah, so that plant's right there in the corner. I used that, I think, 3 or 4 times in this build, so I didn't want to take that out, but that's the only thing in this build from Dine Out. So yeah, really easily replaceable. Same with seasons. If you don't have seasons, the only thing from seasons that I used are the the curtains, and those 4 little like cabinet things that I raised up in the bathroom to put them on the counters. That's the only things from seasons that I used. So if you guys go through on the gallery and just click on the icons, you'll be able to tell really easily what I've used, and if you want to replace it, or like not just not have it in your game, you know, that's completely fine too. For kids room stuff, the only thing that I used from that pack are those 2 beds in one of the bedrooms. I believe that the ones on the right, those are the only 2 things from kids room stuff that I used. I literally just used the bed. And I could have probably really easily just replaced them with some other beds that, you know, a lot more people would have in the game, but I didn't want to do that. I really liked the way those beds looked, and I liked the fact that they came in this really nice light wood color that I really wanted to use. So yeah, it isn't super pack restricted. It shows that I'm using a lot of packs, even though from a lot of them I'm using 1 item. So it's stuff you can easily replace or just leave out of the build altogether if you don't have that pack. So yeah, that's basically just a little handy tip, I guess, if you ever want to download. I mean, not just my builds, a lot of other builders I know do this as well, where when we have all of the packs, we don't pay attention to what we're using, and we'll use like 1 decorative thing or 1 piece of furniture or 1 wallpaper or flooring or something from a pack, and then obviously it'll show up that we're using the pack, and meanwhile we're using 1 thing that you can easily replace. So basically that's kind of like a handy tip if you're ever looking to download stuff from the gallery and you see, oh, this creator has used, you know, X, Y, and Z pack that you don't have. Try clicking on the pack icons and seeing what they've actually used. Maybe it's something that you can easily replace. I mean, obviously for Discover University, if you wanted to place this build down without having Discover University, you're going to be missing like half of the build. Basically, you're going to be missing all of the core things of the build, like a lot of the wallpapers and the not floorings, but like the wallpapers on the exterior, the windows, the doors, all of that kind of stuff will be missing. So obviously don't, you know, download stuff if you like have like none of the things that are listed, but a lot of the times, you know, 1 or 2 things go missing, easily replaceable. But yeah, I've rambled so long about that. That's absolutely, I don't even know why I talked about that for so long, but yeah, now you guys know that it's actually easier to download this build than you might think. But yeah, so we've moved on to basically furnishing all of the dorms. Now, the 4 students that I will have living here, they're 2 girls. I pictured there would be 2 girls, 2 of them. One of them would be into drama, they would be studying drama, and the other would be studying fine arts, so music, more music related. And then there will also be 2 guys who will be living in that black or like white and green bedroom. And I figured one of them would be studying history and the other one would be studying, I think, yeah, language and literature. So yeah, those are the 4 Sims that I'll have living here. And as you guys can see, the rest of the bedrooms I kept very basic. They don't have really like any decorations, just a few random Britechester stuff and then the basic furniture. But I hope you guys like how this build turned out. If you did, give it a like, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and sticking around if you want to see more Sims 4 content, speed builds, creator Sims, all of that kind of fun stuff. And if you're new to the channel and you, like I said, want to see more stuff, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I just messed up my own outro. But yeah, also remember to turn on the notification bell to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having an absolutely amazing day, and that your weekend has been great, and you know that you have a fun week ahead of you. And I will talk to you guys all in my very next video. Bye guys.